Kimi K3 has been public for barely 2 weeks, and Moonshot is already planning Kimi K4. And according to reporting from The Information, K4 won't just be a small update. Two people familiar with the plans say it's going to be significantly larger than K3. Which is a strange thing to say out loud, because K3 is already 2.8 trillion parameters. It's the biggest open-weight model anyone has ever released. So the obvious question is what Moonshot needs to build something even bigger. The answer is chips. Specifically, Nvidia Blackwell chips. The exact chips that US export rules say Chinese companies cannot buy. And the story of how Moonshot got them the first time is honestly more interesting than the model itself. So let me walk you through what we know. Quick context on K3 first, because if you haven't looked at it closely, you need this to understand why K4 matters. K3 launched in mid-July at 2.8 trillion parameters with a 1 million token context window and native vision. It runs on a new architecture Moonshot calls Kimi Delta Attention, with attention residuals, and it activates 16 out of 896 experts per token. Moonshot claims this setup gives them roughly 2.5 times better scaling efficiency compared to K2, meaning they squeeze more intelligence out of the same compute. And the results are not just benchmark numbers. In their tech blog, K3 built a working Triton-style GPU compiler from scratch, including its own IR layer and code generation, and it matched or beat the real Triton on some workloads. In another test, it designed an actual chip in a single 48-hour autonomous run using open-source EDA tools, and the design closed timing at 100 MHz. It also edited its own launch trailer from 56 raw clips. That's the model that's 2 weeks old. On top of that, K3 briefly went past Claude Fable 5 on the front-end Code Arena leaderboard, which is a benchmark developers actually watch because it tracks real front-end and agentic coding work. Moonshot themselves admit K3 still trails Fable 5 and GPT 5.6 Sol overall. They say that in their own blog, which I respect. But the gap is small. The weights are open, and the API pricing is $3 per million input tokens and $15 per million output. That combination is why demand exploded so hard that Moonshot stopped accepting new subscriptions within 48 hours of launch. Their servers just couldn't handle it. And that detail matters for the K4 story too, because it means Moonshot has a chip problem on both ends: training and serving. Now here's where it gets messy. K3 was reportedly trained on Nvidia Blackwell hardware, including the GB300, which Chinese companies are banned from buying under current US rules. 3 people with knowledge of the training told The Information how it happened. No single Chinese cloud provider had enough Blackwell capacity to train a model this size. So Moonshot pulled compute from at least 2 different Chinese cloud companies that somehow had access to these chips. And instead of one big cluster, they got a pile of small 8-chip servers scattered across data centers owned by completely different companies. Moonshot's engineers then had to rewrite the networking layer themselves to stitch all of that into one training run. That's distributed training across multiple providers on hardware they're not supposed to have, held together with custom networking code. As pure engineering, it's genuinely impressive. As a compliance story, it's a nightmare. The location part makes it even weirder. A senior White House official, Michael Kratsios, publicly claimed that Moonshot accessed GB300 servers sitting in Thailand. And if the training happened entirely in Thailand, there's an argument it might be allowed under the current rules. But one source says part of the training happened inside China itself. And the reason is almost funny. China has its own strict rules about moving large datasets out of the country, so Moonshot couldn't just ship its training data to Thailand and stay clean on the US side. American rules pushed them offshore, Chinese rules pulled them back home, and the model got trained somewhere in the middle of that contradiction. Kratsios didn't stop at the chips either. He also accused Moonshot of distilling Claude Fable 5 to build K3. Distillation means using outputs from a stronger model to train your own. His claim is that Moonshot built an internal platform to run large-scale distillation against US models while rotating access methods to avoid detection. And this connects to something from earlier this year. Back in February, Anthropic said it traced about 3.4 million Claude conversations back to Moonshot, routed through thousands of fake accounts. There's also a viral screenshot floating around where K3 identifies itself as Claude, made by Anthropic. Now, To be fair, some researchers pushed back on the timeline. Fable 5 became widely available around July 1st, and K3 came out on July 16th. So squeezing a full distillation pipeline into 2 weeks seems like a stretch, unless the distillation targeted older Claude models over a longer period. Moonshot hasn't responded to any of it. The U.S. Treasury has floated sanctions and entity list designations. The Commerce Department opened an investigation into third-country cloud routing. So this is not just Twitter drama anymore. There's an actual enforcement process running underneath it, and Moonshot is not alone in this pattern. Days after K3, Alibaba released Qwen 3.8 Max at 2.4 trillion parameters, and two sources say that one was also trained on Nvidia chips, including Blackwell. DeepSeek's V4, which came out earlier this year, was reportedly trained on smuggled Blackwell chips too. So you have the three most talked about Chinese AI labs, and Nvidia hardware sitting under every single one of them, which cuts against the clean narrative that Chinese labs are doing all of this independently. The models are genuinely their own work. The architecture innovations in K3 are real and novel, but the compute underneath is still American, and everyone in the industry knows it. The reason they can't just switch to domestic chips comes down to training versus inference. For inference, meaning running a model after it's trained, Chinese chips are getting adopted fast, and Beijing is actively pushing companies away from Nvidia's H20 toward local alternatives. But training a 2.8 trillion parameter model needs hundreds of chips wired together with extremely fast, stable networking. And the domestic rack systems built for that scale barely exist yet, with delivery times reportedly stretching to 6 months. One researcher at a major Chinese tech firm told The Information that K3 kicked off a new arms race between Chinese labs, and what they all still need from Nvidia is stability and interconnect speed. Meanwhile, Moonshot serves K3 on H20 chips, which are the one thing they can legally buy, and they recommend at least 64 of them just to host the model yourself. That's the floor, not the ceiling. The reaction in the US split in a way worth paying attention to. The White House got more aggressive after K3, obviously, but Jensen Huang went the complete opposite direction. He made his first ever post on X just to share a letter, signed by Nvidia and 24 other companies, arguing that American businesses should be free to use open models like K3, and that the world needs both frontier closed models and frontier open ones. Most US cloud companies and startups agree with him. The main pushback comes from Anthropic and OpenAI, who want more restrictions and point at national security. And you can read that two ways. Either they have legitimate security concerns, or an open model at 10% of their price is an uncomfortable thing to compete with. Probably some of both. There's also a money angle here that explains the rush. Moonshot is closing a funding round at a $31.5 billion valuation, then opening a final pre-IPO round targeting up to $50 billion with a Hong Kong listing expected within roughly 6 months. Their annual recurring revenue reportedly jumped from $200 million to $300 million in about 2 months. The company has around 300 employees, so K4 isn't just a research project. It's the centerpiece of an IPO story, and the timing pressure is real. Announce a bigger model, keep the momentum, list the company. That's the play. So here's where everything lands. Moonshot wants more Blackwell chips for K4 at the exact moment Washington is investigating how they got Blackwell chips for K3. If they pull it off, K4 will likely be the largest open-weight model ever by a wide margin, from a company that already showed it can turn scattered borrowed hardware into frontier results. If they can't get the chips, K4 either gets delayed or gets trained on domestic hardware that isn't really ready, and we find out how much of this race actually depends on Nvidia. Either outcome tells us something important. My honest read is that K3 already proved export controls leak badly, and K4 is going to be the test of whether that leak gets plugged or not. On prediction markets right now, traders give a K4 release this year only about a 37% chance, which shows how uncertain the chip situation really is. I'll cover it the moment there's real movement, so if this kind of breakdown is useful, you know where to find the next one.